Okay, introduction to goals, goal define. Okay, this ain't Derek, this is nothing prolific. This is nothing like, wow, this guy, I'm just gonna give you a definition. It says goal. Definition, number one, noun. It says in football, soccer, rugby, hockey, or some other games, it's Webster Dictionary, a pair of posts linked by a crossbar and often with a net attached behind it, forming a space into or over which the ball has to be sent in order to score. Obviously, we're not talking about a soccer goal or a hockey goal. That's not the context of what we're covering today. It says this, number two, definition, noun, the object of a person's ambition or effort, an aim or desired result. Really, I don't really think about that. That's kind of a cool definition. It says the object of a person's ambition or effort. I haven't read this a year. An ambition or effort. I want to have a six-pack. I want to have a beautiful marriage. I want to have X, okay? So here we go. Here's the different types of goals. We have short-term goals. These are things that you will do in the near future. These are things you're gonna do right now, today, tomorrow, okay, this week, or within the next 12 months, short-term goals. And then we have long-term goals. Okay, these are things you will do in the future, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, all right? And then we have daily goals, things that you will do every day. I have to be a good father every day. I have to be a decent human being every day. I have to be a loving and loyal husband every single day. One thing I found is that the more capable the executive, the higher level the executive. So I have John Pena, who's the CEO of our company. He makes about 95% of the decisions under this roof I'm in. The more capable the executive or the more senior the professional, the further he or she can broadcast into the future. They're not looking at like today's goals. They're looking at like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years.
The long run.
The long run, right? I should have included a link. There's an interview with Jeff Bezos, okay, the Amazon CEO. And they said, Jeff, congratulations. You just had a record-breaking quarter. Wow. And Jeff Bezos, you know, he all fucked up. His eye kind of like messed up. He's like, what most people don't realize is that we cooked this quarter 3 years ago. Okay, you guys get that? So he was in, you know, his boardroom with his executives, and they were actually having initiatives and plans and programs and all that good stuff. And he's like, dude, I'm 36 months from now, here's the result. Okay, so what's the point? Sometimes when you go, if I were to go survey this room right here, I have people that have been with me a month. I have people that have been with me 4 or 5 years. I have people over there that have been with me 9 years. I have people that have been with me, this is their second week. If I were to go talk, generally speaking, to some like my green peas, what we call them, or our juniors, what is your goal? Mike, I'm gonna set 4 appointments today. Okay, great. John Pena, what's your goal? Obviously our goal is to open up to get 1,000 reps all across the nation between now and the next 36 months. Obviously, the big thing is the real estate fund that we're gonna open up right now. And the big thing that we're really gonna do is, is actually getting to the point where we have passive income that flows us $10 million a month, and we're going across the planet, and we're sending infrastructure, and we're making a difference on mankind. Okay, so the whole point I'm trying to tell you is the more capable, okay, the bigger the executive, the further he or she can see into the future. You don't wanna worry about today. Okay, you wanna get to the point where you're not worried about tomorrow. You're like so far out because you have goals, and it's not even a goal no more, it's a decision. Who here knows the name Jim Rohn? Jim Rohn is the mentor for pretty much the biggest cat in personal development on the planet. And I'm talking about Tony Robbins. So his mentor was Jim Rohn. You can go to YouTube, look up Jim Rohn. I've studied Jim Rohn for many, many years. All right, I didn't just wake up and said, hey, let me give you guys my bullshit. Why are goals important according to Jim Rohn? This is Tony Robbins' mentor. He says, we can either make a living or design a life. This is a quote. And to design a future, you must have goals. Okay, we can make a living or we can design our life. You could be like an interior designer. You could be like a Photoshop graphic creator. You could be an artist, whatever. But me, what I want to do is like, okay, here's me, here's where I'm at. I need to close the gap. Like, what's Mike Barron's potential? What's Derek's potential? Caroline, what is your potential? You know, you start seeing like these high peak performers. Like I'm gonna go to Arizona, okay, hang out with Miguel. Andy Elliott's over there. You got, just people like Ed Milet. Those cats are eating vegan food. Those cats are in the gym 5 days a week. Those cats are freaking like, one of my mentors, Myron Golden, he's like, man, I have a anti-aging biochamber. And he's just like, how do I like become the best version of myself? These guys are doing like blood tests so they could see the different foods and different supplements that they consume and how it affects them. They're like chasing the best version of themselves. It's fucking insane. That's what it is. It's like high performance, peak performance. Tom Brady did something to play in the NFL until the age of 46. There's something he did besides being a badass. Okay, he's, what's his potential? All right, so the point is, you could either make a living or you could design your life. And you have to have goals if you want to design your life. Okay, here we go. Jim Rohn, defined goals are like a magnet. They pull you in their direction, and the better you describe them, the harder you work on them, the harder they will pull. Okay, it's almost like visualization. Arnold Schwarzenegger, one of my heroes, I only have like half a dozen heroes. Okay, he's one of my heroes, and he said the importance of visualization. He says in the book, the Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding, he says he would visualize his bicep as mountains. So when I started working out at 16, 17, 18, and I read that quote, I started visualizing my biceps as mountains. You want to start visualizing your freaking bank account as like a magnet, if that's what you want. Okay, goal setting is one of the most important skills to develop if you want to design your future. This is all from Jim Rohn. So like some of us went to college and you're like, I'm gonna get my degree in 3 years and it's hard, and you're struggling and you got to eat top ramen and you're going through that shit and you're like, holy smokes, I only got one last semester left. I can't believe that. I'm in med school. I'm in freaking whatever the hell. And then sometimes like we get lost on our goals. You want to be very clear on where you're at and where you're going. If you don't have a target, if you don't have a destination, you're not going to hit the destination. If you're just in a car just driving just like randomly, you're not going to hit the target. If I don't make a goal or a decision to go to New York City, I'm not going to hit New York City. If I don't have a target or goal to become a multimillionaire, I'm not going to become a millionaire. It's just not going to happen. If I don't have a target, if I'm single and I want to have a beautiful family someday, and if that's not a goal for you and it's not like important to you, it's just not going to happen. What's going to happen is you're going to be at effect at life, and you're going to be a bag that's just in the freaking wind, and you're going to be going. Or you could be at cause at life and say, hey, I'm here, I want to go here. Okay, good. There's gonna be some road bumps, there's gonna be some challenges, but I'm gonna fucking go there. But you have to have goals. First you gotta name it, but then you gotta work backwards and put together steps. Right. So I talk about this, Derek. So I'm at the facility, right? We pay about $10,000 a month. Okay, our lease will be up next year. So we're about to buy a warehouse because, spending $300-something, we should just buy the damn place. Right. So I'm here on YouTube. My boy Bruce, my closest friend from kindergarten, he's like, Mike, how do you do it? It's like, what? He's like, you told me during COVID you're gonna create a facility and have an arcade, and you said that you're gonna have a stage. And he's like, dude, like, how the hell do you do it? You're guessing, or the way you just put it out there and it somehow happens. He's like, dude, it's crazy how you say it and it kind of happens. But what he doesn't understand is I have a goal, and then I make a committed decision. And when you make a committed decision, you don't waver off that, because it's not committed. If you say I'm gonna stop smoking cigarettes and you keep smoking cigarettes, it's not a committed decision. If you say I'm gonna become a millionaire in 2025 and you don't become a millionaire, it's because you didn't make a committed decision. So that's what I do. I remember one year I was like, Diana, my wife, we're gonna become fucking millionaires this year. And I remember there was liquid over 7 figures. You have to make a committed decision. But number one, the first thing is name the goal. It's not about money. It could be about relationships. It could be about, you're going hiking every weekend with your dog. It could be you're gonna stop, doing these bad habits. You're gonna stop going to the nightclub, whatever the fuck. And I'm not like Mr. Rogers where I'm saying you gotta stop doing this and you can't go hang out. I'm not saying that. Whatever the hell it is, whatever your goal is, you gotta make a committed decision. So now we're in 2024, right? You see this note hasn't been updated since January 5th, 2020. So we're talking about over 4 years ago. So here's, if I were to like type, it would update and show an update happened today. You right? You guys tracking? Yep. This note has been updated over 4 years. So watch this. Limelight Media, which is my company, is a world leader in digital marketing, trainers, and gym owners. Monthly revenue exceeds $500,000 a month for the last quarter. $300,000 generated for the perfect webinar. I do over $500,000 a month. I do it. If you all want to see my bank statement, I'll show it to you right now. Okay, I did over $700,000 last month, close to 8. So that was a goal. What is that? 12 months. I'm showing you me 4 years ago. I had a goal. Here's the big one right here. All I'm showing you is my goals about half a decade ago that eventually came true. Okay, environment. So now I had a business partner, Nick Legend, whose brother's a John Pena, John Pena is still with me. Nick Legend parted ways. John Pena naturally followed his brother, and I had to go recruit a new team. So Kat, I was pissed off because my team was like lethargic. Like I would show up, yeah, man, you guys ready to kill it, man? We about to go freaking kill the game. We're about to close deals. We're about to do A, B, and C. And the team was so damn turned down. I know I'm a tough pill to swallow. I don't even know how my wife stays with me. I'm like bing, 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 every second of every fucking day. It's weird. Like I still got ADHD, whatever the fuck it is.
Like you're on the go, yeah.
I'm always on the go. Foot tapping. Uber driver's like, what the fuck's wrong with this weirdo? So why do I tell you that story? It says company culture is a winning environment filled with positivity and accountability. It's a factory where winners are produced and developed and where excuse makers and non-producers are pushed out. Associates are empowered to produce innovative ideas to propel the business forward. Mornings are filled with energy, high intensity, and associates are inspired to take on the day. Tasks are executed with speed and efficiency. Back 4 years ago, I used to hate walking the office. I'm like, what up, y'all? Good morning. Everyone's like, hi, Mike. Because that was never me. Behind that, there's a different guy who's very clear on where I'm at and where I'm going.